These are live images now. Chopper4 over what we are told. They are chasing this roadside assistance vehicle that was carjacked earlier this afternoon.
From what we understand so far, a driver asked for this roadside assistance at the Kiss and Ride in Beltsville, and that's when the driver took off with this roadside assistance truck. As you can see there, it's moving through some neighborhoods or parking lot. This is Beltsville. You can see police chasing, not a high-speed chase, but trying to pursue this truck.
So we understand that after the person who carjacked this vehicle took off from the Kiss and Ride lot, crashed into several cars along Route 1 in this area, and police are continuing to pursue this car, what looks through a parking lot here of some sort of an office building in Beltsville. Again, this happened not too long ago. Chopper4 is live above the scene as we're watching this person drive through this parking lot.
And it looks like there are enough police vehicles on the scene where officers are trying to somehow corner the vehicle, or so you can see now multiple cars now chasing the roadside assistance truck in that parking lot. And now it looks like the truck is going into.
They're driving across the grass right there. We will see how far this goes, but this is wild. This is happening right now. As you can imagine, this caused quite a scene probably along I-95 and Route 1 earlier when this vehicle was crashing, and we're in the midst of rush hour traffic right now. This is not something we see every day here in the Washington, D.C. region.
No, you can see on the side of the truck it says emergency patrol. There are lights flashing on the roadside assistance truck as well. Okay, now that truck is back into a parking lot after crossing that grassy area and now moving a little bit faster and trying to escape police at this point. But again, what we don't know is whether there are people injured after the truck crashed into other people on Route 1, who's driving the truck at this point. But it looks like the truck is moving through this parking lot. You can see other vehicles there now. Is this, it looks like a shopping center now.
This is a shopping area there in the Beltsville area. It's right along Beltsville Drive right there. And as you can imagine, there have to be plenty of people in there. Hopefully police are trying to tell people to stay in their cars, stay inside the building, as we're seeing this truck weave its way through the parking lot in an attempt to get away from police. It looks like police keep trying to stop the car, but it's right.
Yeah, now it's back on the roadway on Beltsville Drive, and there's other traffic in the way, which makes it for a dangerous situation, especially because there are other vehicles who are coming along Beltsville Drive during this busy time. 6:05 right now.
Wow. This is just incredible to watch right now. It does look like cars are starting to pull over on the side of the road, or I'm not sure if those maybe some of those cars are actually parked there. But just to watch police pursuing this vehicle through what is now somewhat, you've got a residential area here of townhouses. Hopefully people are inside and they are out of the way. By the way, we should mention we're watching this on a slight delay right now, just in case, you know, the person inside is monitoring any sort of news communication or communication, so they're not aware of everything that's happening in terms of the police around them.
So what we're seeing right now, again, is a roadside assistance truck that was carjacked at the Kiss and Ride in Beltsville along Route 1. That driver took off. Police gave chase. As you can see now, the truck went through different parking areas at a shopping center, went across a field or a patch of grass, and now is in a residential community in Beltsville. As you can see, a few police officers are following this car, or following this roadside assistance truck, I should say. 5 are following in single file.
It looks like police tried to block them in there. We understand there's at least 5 police vehicles following this truck right now. When it was going through that townhouse community, there were those barriers, the little humps you have to drive over to slow you down. But as you can see, this is a very, very slow speed chase. Police are still following this vehicle back out onto the roads right now, outside of that townhouse community. Hopefully the people who are driving by this on the street are seeing all the police cars following, and they are getting out of the way.
What's making for a dangerous situation right now, as you can see, the truck is going through traffic and back out where there are other vehicles who may or may not understand what's going on. So say that again, Jason.
We understand.
So, yeah.
This roadside assistance truck, after it escaped or after it took off, we're told the man inside, or the person inside, carjacked the roadside assistance vehicle that you're seeing right there from the kiss and ride lot along I-95 in Beltsville, made its way onto Route 1 and crashed into 3 vehicles, and the pursuit continues. Guys, any idea how long this has been going on? What time did this start?
And at last check, there are 5 police vehicles chasing this roadside assistance truck right now. The truck, you can't miss it. It says emergency patrols. It looks like it's yellow and the lights are flashing. That's probably part of the emergency vehicle that it is, because it's a roadside assistance truck. And now the problem is it is going into traffic. And there are other vehicles around it that may or may not know what's going on. Okay, see, right now that truck is stuck behind some cars and police are pulling up beside it. So we're going to see now if there's anywhere for this truck to go.
It looks like this vehicle is now crossing over into oncoming traffic, which makes this even more dangerous. We see the truck is veered back now onto the right side of that was just Beltsville and Powder Mill Road. Again, this is all happening in Prince George's County. Are these state police officers or Prince George's County police is what we're trying to figure out. Who's in pursuit right now? Do you guys know in the control room? Well, we can't tell you. There are a number of different police vehicles following this vehicle. State police. This is Maryland State Police following this truck right now.
And that's probably because this happened along I-95 at the Kiss and Ride in Beltsville, where this roadside assistance truck pulled over to help someone and then was carjacked. After police were chasing that roadside assistance truck, it crashed into 3 other vehicles and then kept on going. We've been watching this live coverage as the truck went through a residential neighborhood, went through some shopping center area, crossed over into a patch of grass, and continued into the roadway now in Beltsville, Maryland.
I believe you can see more state police vehicles are continuing to follow this truck. This is Cherry Hill Road, for those of you who are familiar with this area. We've seen this truck drive all over Beltsville. This began at the Kiss and Ride lot along I-95 in the Beltsville area. We're told that is where this initially began. A man either called for this assistance truck, carjacked the driver, took off in the vehicle, ended up on Route 1, crashing into 3 cars. We're still waiting to find out, the conditions of the people who were in those other cars, but we can see right now at least 5 or more police vehicles continuing to chase this truck.
This is a picture from Chopper4 as we're watching this live. This is a live view of police, Maryland State Police, trying to stop a roadside assistance truck which was carjacked in Beltsville at the Kiss and Ride. This is the rolling roadblock. Oh, look, as you're seeing, it looks like they've stopped the truck. They've kind of
look, here we go again. This is what they call a rolling roadblock.
The driver's going into the woods now.
This is just, this is the kind of thing. So I'm sure many of you have seen this times before, where you see chases happening on the roads in California all the time. This is not something we're used to seeing.
So went through the woods and now onto the road again. And we don't know whether or not police are right behind the truck still, whether the police vehicles were able to get into the wooded area to follow the truck. But right now it looks like the roadside assistance truck is moving away from police, still into the path of traffic, though, right now.
Absolutely. Chopper4 is live over the scene right now. As you can see, there are multiple police cruisers that are still trying to just stay up. There are 3 cruisers, we understand, that are trying to stay with this vehicle right now. Again, 3 state police vehicles are chasing this truck right now, or in pursuit of this truck right now, or following it to try to end this safely, because this is the middle of rush hour. There are a number of vehicles out on the road.
And as you can see, this truck driver is trying to maneuver around the traffic. This is in Calverton, which is a community in Beltsville. And Calverton, I grew up in Calverton, by the way. It's split through Montgomery County and Prince George's County. It is a residential community. There are a lot of people who are probably heading home at this hour. You can see the cars on the road. And this is making for a dangerous situation, because at least once we've seen this truck cross the yellow line into the path of traffic. As you're seeing, view from Chopper4, I'm counting 4. Oh, yeah, we can see the Maryland State Police helicopter as well, but it looks like 3 or 4 Maryland State Police cruisers chasing this roadside assistance truck that was carjacked earlier this evening.
I think what's really important to point out, state police are trying to do their best to do this in a safe manner. What we've seen for most of this has not been a super high-speed chase. Times we saw the vehicle, the roadside assistance vehicle, moving along slowly. Police are maintaining a safe distance.
It looks like it's picking up speed right now. It looks like the driver is speeding up a little bit here on this main road. We're trying to get an idea of where it is exactly. But in Calverton, it's residential, but there's a big shopping center there. There are some car dealerships not far from there. And we know that at some point, this driver went through a parking lot, went through some shopping center areas before it was back on the road.
You can see the vehicle now heading into a gas station here in the Calverton community. The driver is pulling through. Okay, we're keeping an eye on this right now. It looks like the driver's going in circles, and police are just following the vehicle. You can see him hitting a cruiser right now and not stopping. This is really, oh gosh, this is really, really scary. This has got to be frightening. He's going
significant
the wrong
damage
direction
to the
right
cruiser.
now.
Yes, after
it's going the wrong direction.
After going through that gas station and hitting a cruiser. Is it going in the opposite?
Well, now it's back on the right side of the road. But for a moment there, the cruiser tried to stop it, but clearly it was no match. And now it's in the midst. It's
my goodness!
Ramming a car
he just hit another vehicle.
These people have to be in shock. The drivers of the car have to be in shock because they don't know what's going on. They have no idea that police are pursuing someone who carjacked and took off in this yellow roadside assistance vehicle.
So not only did this driver who carjacked this roadside assistance truck crash into 3 vehicles at the beginning of this police chase, but what we've now seen through Chopper4 is the truck hit a police cruiser, caused significant damage, and then as the driver was trying to escape the police, hit another vehicle, just a passenger in a white Mercedes that was just driving on the side of the road, probably had no idea what was going on, and now we're watching the driver take off again.
In the past, there's been a lot of questions about when police are allowed to pursue. Clearly, this is one of those situations. Troopers may pursue suspects who are attempting to evade apprehension in a vehicle when warranted. And clearly, this is one of those times.
So I think right now he's stuck in traffic and now trying to get past these cars. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, this is incredibly, incredibly frightening.
Yes.
This driver has no regard for any other cars or people out there, as we've seen. Just the willingness to ram into police vehicles, ram into just people who have no idea what's going on out there.
This driver is plowing through traffic to escape police at this rate. At last check, we had at least 3 Maryland State Police cruisers chasing the roadside assistance truck. And we've been on the air now for more than 10 minutes following this truck through Chopper4 and seeing what's going on. But at this point, we've watched him significantly damage a police cruiser, hit multiple other cars. And at this point, the truck itself might be damaged. There are sparks coming out from the back of it, and we don't know the condition of the truck as it continues to drive away.
We understand this all began right around maybe 5:50 this evening, as you know, in the middle of rush hour traffic. And you noted that this truck may be damaged, but this is also one of those big trucks that sent in to help smaller vehicles. So this is a big, heavy roadside assistance vehicle. If you've ever had to stop on the side of the road and you've needed one of these vehicles to come and help you, I've been stopped in the middle of the Beltway, and it was one of these vehicles that came out. The vehicle, we understand now, is in another residential community going through this cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it looks like there's no rhyme or reason to where the truck is driving. Is just going through this community in Beltsville, driving through Calverton, going into parking lots, going back into the neighborhoods, onto the main road. We've seen the driver go through a wooded area to try to escape police and then back into a community. And once the driver encountered traffic, just kept plowing through multiple vehicles to try to escape this police pursuit. So at least 10 vehicles, by our count, just from watching this unfold live, have been hit by this truck.
If you guys are just joining us right now, you're watching live breaking news. Maryland State Police are in pursuit of a roadside assistance vehicle that was carjacked around 5:50 this evening from the Kiss and Ride lot at I-95 in Beltsville. They've been following this driver all over parts of Prince George's County, this Beltsville, Calverton area, going in and out of residential communities, in and out of a business parking lot, a gas station parking lot, and the pursuit continues right now in this residential neighborhood.
At this point, it looks like the truck is stopping now. As you can see now from Chopper4, after driving through the community, okay, now it's moving again, but for a while it looked like the truck is stopping or can't move anymore.
As we continue to watch this, we can let you know that it's not just state police anymore. Montgomery County Police and Prince George's County Police, which is where this is happening, have all joined in this pursuit. We don't know who is inside the vehicle. We don't know their reason.
So stopped on Priscilla Drive in Silver Spring.
Is this the Priscilla Drive? Is this the Silver Spring? This is Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm sorry, it's Laurel. That's parts. Near White Oak, Maryland. Okay, so we've seen this person cross over now from Prince George's County into Montgomery County.
What we do understand is that we've watched the truck not only ram into a police cruiser, causing significant damage, go the wrong way into oncoming traffic, but hit multiple vehicles as the driver tried to escape from police. At least 10 vehicles by our count watching from Chopper4, and now the driver is stopped. We don't know what's happening now, and we don't see where the police cruisers are at this point that were chasing this roadside assistance truck.
At some point, we know there were multiple police vehicles that were pursuing this. At first, it was state police, but we know that Montgomery County Police and Prince George's County Police have all now joined this pursuit. This, again, Priscilla, is it Priscilla Drive?
Priscilla Drive in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is Montgomery County. So the driver crossed from Prince George's County because the pursuit started in Beltsville at a Kiss and Ride along Route 1. And then we watched as the driver of this carjacked truck moved through neighborhoods and shopping centers and parking lots into a wooded area, trying to escape police, and now is in Silver Spring, Maryland. We know that Maryland State Police pursuit, you mentioned Prince George's County and Montgomery County, all joining forces to try to investigate what's going on here, because now the driver is stopped on Priscilla Drive in Silver Spring, and we don't see the police at this point and what vantage point they have and what they're waiting for.
It looks like, from what I can tell, Priscilla Drive is not a long street there, and it ends in this cul-de-sac right here. So there's only one way out, and that would be Cedar Hill Drive right there. And if police are blocking Cedar Hill, there's no place else for this truck to go on the road itself. Now, we saw it drive through grass, we saw it drive through parking lots, so it's unclear if that's what would happen next. But it looks like Priscilla Drive, not a long street there. There are approximately a dozen homes that line each side of this community. It's just a cul-de-sac there. So we're still waiting to find out exactly what's happening.
Okay, it looks like the driver is on the move. Oh, no, the driver is now moving the truck again. I thought perhaps the driver left the truck, but no, after stopping for what? At least 5 minutes now, a few minutes, and started to move again.
Absolutely.
This is in Silver Spring, Maryland, and this is the carjacked truck driver. This is a carjacked roadside assistance truck that was carjacked and Kiss and Ride in Beltsville. As you're watching the screen, is just passing at least 1, 2, 3 police vehicles that are trying to stop the truck as it continues to escape police at this rate. And they've tried different strategies. They're trying to deploy spikes to try to puncture the tires to get that truck to stop. We've seen them try to block them in, but plowed through different vehicles in order to escape police.
What you're seeing right here just came off of what we described was Priscilla Drive, which was not very long, onto Silver Hill. Now, this is going to be Columbia Pike. For those of you that are familiar, that's as it's getting back out here onto a main thoroughfare, and once again on the move. Southbound 29. This is Columbia Pike.
Yep.
As you can see, the northbound lanes, plenty of people heading home right now. No idea what's going on here. But you can see police also in some of the northbound lanes there. But this tow truck, this roadside assistance truck is once again on the move, and I don't see many cars there. So I wonder if police got in this area and they've shut it down.
That's my question, whether police have had enough time to alert other drivers or other exit points along Route 29, because it is a major thoroughfare, to stop drivers from entering. You can see the sparks there. Yeah.
So we heard they were deploying the spike strips, which, you know, when they put those across the road, those will certainly blow out the tires, but we don't know right now. But he could be driving on the rims right now.
There are cars in front of him. You can see he's approaching traffic on Route 29 with police behind him. And at this rate, the driver has plowed through at least 10 other vehicles during this pursuit. And now it looks like one of the cruisers is gaining on the driver of this carjacked truck. Look, you can see the cars on the left-hand side. They're trying to get out of the path of this truck.
Absolutely. This has got to be, so that was what we just crossed there. I was trying to see what was the street there that it just crossed over. This has been going on now for about 30 or 40 minutes. If you're watching right now, just joining us, we've got Chopper4 up live over the scene. Police are pursuing this carjacked roadside assistance truck. You can see the sparks flying out of the back of this truck. A chain. Doug tells us this is a chain that's dragging on the ground. Okay.
The driver may have lost a tire, because police are trying to deploy different strategies to stop the truck and end this peacefully. And we know that we've watched sparks coming out of the back of the truck. We've seen them trying to block the truck in, and he crashed into a cruiser. And so he could have damage and may not be able to go much farther.
This answers our question if the road was blocked off. It was not. You can see that the police, there were still cars at that intersection. This truck just drove right up onto the sidewalk or along the shoulder there, drove around those cars at that intersection, and is still headed south right now on 29.
Passing other vehicles right now, passing brake lights, as we see from Chopper4. We see it's not far from residential area and some businesses too.
Looks like it's coming up here. We see a gas station there to the right. What's sort of frustrating, I think, as we're watching this, you can see there are other cars out there on the road. They have no idea what's going on. And this truck, as it's already shown.
It's crossing into oncoming traffic.
This is incredibly dangerous as we're watching this right now.
Oh my goodness.
Look at cars trying to get out of the way. Thank goodness they are seeing this in enough time to stop.
It just crashed right into both of those vehicles.
This car is
and another one.
Okay. This truck again has gone up into this
wooded area now. I mean, a grassy area.
It looks like right here, it's next to that gas station parking lot. It looks like perhaps police are moving in. It looks like it's kind of trapped, because that looks like a fence or something in its way.
The drivers, you can see police approaching him.
Police are approaching with their guns drawn right now.
5 police officers with guns drawn are approaching the driver of this carjacked roadside assistance truck. They are trying to break the windows to get to the driver, as you can see.
And hopefully this will bring this to an end right now. We are watching the vehicle stopped right here.
We have K9 units approaching as well.
Yes. They're still trying to get the driver out. The driver is not coming out at this point.
We're counting at least 6 now officers approaching this roadside assistance truck that was carjacked at the Kiss and Ride in Beltsville just before 6 p.m. this evening. You can see police officers using the baton
to break open the passenger side window right now. They're using it on the passenger side and the driver's side window in an attempt to pull the driver, the person who's driving, out of the truck.
The one officer's using his hands now to get in, try to push that window in now that they've broken the glass.
Typically, vehicles like this have a super safety glass on them. Most vehicles do that, which is making it even harder for the police officers to get inside that vehicle.
But this driver has endangered the lives of so many people who've been driving.
Looks like they have the passenger door open.
Okay, he's going. Okay, the police officers, it looks like they're going into the passenger side to get access to the driver
at this rate. They pulled the window out. We can see that right now. They're going in through the driver's side as well right now, still trying to get the driver out of this truck so this truck can't go any further.
There is a tree there, so we're trying to see what's going on through the branches there, but it looks like they're dragging the driver out through the driver's side of this truck.
I mean, this is Burnt Mills Park by the Trader Joe's. If any of you are familiar with this area at all, multiple police officers. It took multiple police officers. They have the driver on the ground right now after pursuing this vehicle for roughly 30, 40 minutes. They finally stopped him after this vehicle crashed into multiple cars that started on the Kiss and Ride lot along I-95 in Beltsville. We are now in Silver Spring, Maryland, and we have seen this vehicle do so much damage to so many vehicles.
If you're just joining us now, we are following breaking news. These are live images from Chopper4 as police have now put in custody a driver who carjacked a roadside assistance truck from the Kiss and Ride in Beltsville, took police on a pursuit through Beltsville, the Calverton neighborhood, and ended up in Silver Spring, Maryland. This is Silver Spring at the Burnt Mills Park. And in this pursuit, the driver not only hit a police cruiser causing significant damage, but went on the wrong side of the road and crashed into more than 10 vehicles before coming to a stop.
And once it did finally come to a stop right here, police were able to come out on foot, surround this vehicle. They had canine units out. They used their batons to break the glass on the driver's side and the passenger side. Eventually, they were able to get in. They pulled the driver from from behind the steering wheel. He is on the ground right there on the driver's side. We're still waiting to find more details. What led to this? What caused this driver to go on to carjack this vehicle and then to continue on this very, very dangerous path through 2 counties today?
And what we've seen, police deploy different strategies to try to get the driver to stop. Not only the spikes in the road that potentially damaged the tires to this truck, but tried to block in the truck at certain intersection at points when he was trying to or was coming out of a parking lot. But the driver kept going and continued to crash into other vehicles and kept police at bay at this rate. And what we do see is that police didn't try to crash into this truck, even though the driver of this truck crashed into a cruiser, and there were at least 5 chasing it at one point along 29.
And this is quite a large this vehicle itself, this roadside assistance vehicle, is a large, heavy vehicle, and it would have been difficult for just a regular police cruiser or even some of the police SUVs to stop this vehicle. But we saw this vehicle cause significant damage to multiple cars, people who were driving along the roads that had no clue this was happening. We saw this the driver go into oncoming traffic, crashing into the cars coming toward him, cars on the side of him, just trying to get away from police.
And once the driver ended up in this wooded area behind Burnt Mills Park, that's where the Trader Joe's is. It's not far from the White Oak area, heading south on 29. The driver would not open the doors. The driver was surrounded by police officers, multiple police officers with guns drawn, but they had to break into the window. They came from both sides, broke the windows before pulling the driver out and putting him in custody.
You know how you've probably seen over the years car chases along the highway in California. This isn't something we see every day in D.C., and it's kind of one of those situations that you can't look away from. It was very frightening. This is the height of rush hour. You know what traffic is like around our region. And to watch this vehicle weave in and out of traffic, in and out of parking lots and situations where civilians, regular everyday people were going about their everyday lives. This was an incredibly dangerous situation, and thank goodness it has come to an end right here.
This driver will potentially face several charges, not just from the carjacking of the roadside assistance truck to begin with, but the police pursuit is in play here. The fact that the driver crashed into a police cruiser and caused significant damage and then crashed into dozens of cars, went into oncoming traffic, and the fact of the matter is this situation could have been much worse. We don't even know how many people could be injured as a result of this police chase.
Let's bring in Tessa Hall right now. She's live on Chopper4 right now. And Tessa, you've been watching this as it began. Give us an idea of what you're seeing from your vantage point and what it was like watching this unfold.
It was absolutely crazy because we were following it all the way from US 1 in the Beltway. And it seemed as though he was trying to avoid people at first. And then as he got more boxed in, he got more desperate. When he started ramming people, I was really worried that it was just going to leave a trail of destruction behind it. And to a certain extent, it did. He would have kept going if he could have gotten out of these woods, it seemed like, because he was trying to push forward for a little bit. And I was very worried for the officers, especially after he hit those power lines as well.
And Tessa, we've been watching other vehicles completely oblivious to what's going on until either the truck hit them or had to move out of the way because they saw the police lights. Can you talk about the other drivers on the 29 and the other communities that he's been driving around and how they managed to deal with the situation too?
Sure. A lot of these drivers just aren't checking their rear views, it seemed like, or they got confused maybe by seeing the lights. They may have thought that this was an official vehicle and thought they had more time to get out of the way.
Sure.
Some of the people just had nowhere to go.
Right.
Tessa, I'm just curious. So in the view that we could see through the camera, we couldn't always see the police. From your vantage point, I know that you could see all the police that were in pursuit. How would you describe their tactics? Were they just following at a safe distance? You know, sometimes from our vantage point, we couldn't see them and we didn't know if they were still there. What were you seeing?
It seemed like they were making more of a conservative approach. They definitely did not want to put anyone else in danger, especially because this guy was ramming people. They were trying to box him in. It seemed as though they didn't maybe think that he was going to go off-roading like he did. I know I was certainly taken by surprise when he went through that grassy area and caught the power lines. And in that case, it was very smart for them to hang back and see what he was going to be doing.
Can you go back over that again? You were talking about power
but they
lines?
certainly were doing their absolute best to do so.
Just real quick, Tessa, when you were talking about him hitting the power lines, was that early on when they were in the Beltsville Greenbelt area where he was going out of the parking lot? Because I don't think we saw that.
Yes, that was with the very tall office building. So every so often he would go behind the building and he was going in loops. And then he just ended up going across that grassy area where there were the power lines.
Oh.
Okay.
And the back of the truck, if you can, I can't quite zoom in, but
Tessa,
you can kind of see how it's collapsed. That's what caught the power lines.
Okay, Tessa, can you describe what's happening right now? We do see the driver on the ground, it looks like, and police still surrounding the roadside assistance truck. What do you see?
It does seem as though they're just maybe waiting on an ambulance, I would imagine, because this guy did sustain several impacts. Now that it seems as though they have him neutralized, I'm sure that they're just getting all of their ducks in a row and making sure that they have everything that they need to in order to write up this report.
Absolutely. Just while we're here, we want to give a shout out to Dave Lloyd, our chopper pilot, who's done a tremendous job in following this for the last 45 minutes or so through multiple counties and up and down the highway. You guys are doing a tremendous job up in Chopper4. Dave and Tessa, thank you so much.
We just want to bring everyone up to date.
We're just so very grateful for everybody who has been a part of bringing this to an end, hopefully without many injuries, if at all.
Yes, Tessa, thank you so much. Again, trying to bring everyone up to date on what's going on. We've been following breaking news with live images from Chopper4 here. It started out as a carjacking at the Kiss and Ride in Beltsville, Route 1 and the Beltway. This is a roadside assistance truck that then took off, and police, Maryland State Police, Montgomery County Police, and Prince George's County Police eventually all assisting in trying to make this truck stop. But before that happened, the driver hit a police cruiser, causing a lot of damage, and hit dozens of other vehicles, causing significant damage and weaving in and out of traffic, causing a dangerous situation for sure during a busy time on the roads.
For sure. Heart-stopping moments as we watched this vehicle at times going against the flow of traffic, crossing over the center line and driving at other cars head on, not knowing what was going to happen next. We saw this vehicle go up onto sidewalks, through intersections, across grass, through parking lots at gas stations and shopping malls. And I'm grateful that you know, certainly I'm sure that there are people who sustain damage in those cars, but we're still waiting for details to come in. As you said, this could have been so much worse.
And what we're seeing now, police were able to surround this truck and get the driver out of the vehicle. What happened was this driver finally stopped in this wooded area at Burnt Mills Park. That's where the Trader Joe's is. The driver would not come out. We saw at least 6 police officers surround the truck, had to break the windows on either side, so both the passenger side and the driver's side, and then pull the driver out. At this point, it looks like the driver is in custody, is on the ground, potentially facing multiple charges in relation to this police chase.
Chopper4 is live over the scene right now. This is Silver Spring, the Burnt Mills Park area near Trader Joe's. Again, police brought this to an end here. The suspect is on the ground. We are going to continue to follow this and bring you the very latest updates throughout the evening here on News 4.